contract negotiations, 7/8 of the union members voted for a new contract proposal. Of those voting, 2/3 voted to approve the contract. If there are 3,600 members in the union, how many voted to approve? So something that I've mentioned to you guys before is that whenever you see a problem that says like 2/3 of her salary, or if she took 1/5 of the time, what you're gonna do is you're gonna multiply that fraction times the value that they mentioned. So in this case, first we need to figure out 7/8 of the people who voted, and then 2/3 of those people who voted, 2/3 of that actually approved it. So we're going to start with the original number of members, which is 3,600. I'm going to multiply that by the 7/8 because those are the number of people who voted. Then that's going to give me a new number, whatever number that ends up being. That's going to give me the number of people who voted. But then I'm going to multiply with the answer I get from that. I'm going to multiply that times 2/3 because that's how many people actually approved the vote, right? So all we're doing is we're just going to multiply these fractions. You can multiply them one at a time, or you could do like I did. I knew that I was going to have to end up multiplying them anyway, so I just put them all together. But if it's clear for you to put them separate, that's fine. So I'm going to take care of the fractions here first because I think it'll keep things simple. So I'm just going to multiply 7 times 2 and 8 times 3. So I'm going to have 3,600 times 14 over 24. Can you simplify that? Yeah. Can you just simplify everything at the end? I suggest that. So let's go ahead and now, whenever you have a whole number times a fraction, you're always going to multiply the top number times the whole number. So 3,600 times 14 would be 0, 0, 24, carry the 2, 12 plus 2 is 14, and then 0, 0, 6, 3. And that's going to be 5. So this is going to equal to 50,400, everything divided by 24. So the last part is to just do the division. And remember that in multiplication, you can multiply whatever order you want. So maybe you didn't want to multiply the fractions first. Maybe you wanted to do like the big number times one of the fractions, and then at the end, multiply the second fraction. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer in the end. 24 fits into 50 twice, giving you 48. It's going to give you 2. Bring down the 4. It's going to be 1. And we still got 2 more zeros to go. So your final answer would be 21,000 people voted to approve. Okay. Any questions on this one? Anything you need me to clarify on this one?
So you could always multiply the fractions together.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else before I go to the next one? No. All right, Mrs. Shang, I believe that's pronounced Shang. Mrs. Shang drives 60 miles at a constant speed. If the trip takes 72 minutes, what is her speed in miles per hour? So what are we calculating here? We're calculating speed. So let's work with the speed formula. Speed formula is equal to distance divided by time. So her distance is equal to 60 miles. And her time is 72 minutes. But you can't just plug in 72 minutes here. Why not? Because the problem states that they want their answer in miles per hour. So you're going to need to convert those 72 minutes into hours first, and then you can go ahead and do the calculation of the speed. So I'm going to take those 72 minutes, and I need to get them to become hours. So if I'm going from a small unit to a
Divide.
big unit, we're going to divide. We're going to divide by 60 because there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So we're going to divide this by 60. And let's see what that's going to give us. That's going to give us a decimal. So let me do it like this. All right. So that's going to give me 1, 12. I'm going to put a decimal, add a 0, and that's going to be 2. So that's the value that I'm going to put in here. That's hours, so that's what we're going to plug in here, 1.2 hours. And now the final step is to go ahead and divide 60 by 1.2. I'm going to go ahead and move the decimal 1 to the right so that I can have a whole number on the outside. So instead of 1.2, now I have 12. And on the inside, we would do the same thing. We would move that 1 to the right, fill that in with a 0, so we would now have 600. 12 fits in 65 times, and we got one more 0 to go. So the final speed is going to be 50 miles per hour. This clear with everyone? Any part of this that confuses you or you're not unsure of?